You know, you put on an awesome song and all of a sudden everything changes. You might start running a little bit faster, working out a little bit harder, or maybe even studying a little bit more. So this video is about using music to improve your focus and to improve your study, specifically with a piece of software called Focus at Will. It's a streaming music service. I've covered a lot of the science of Focus at Will on the accompanying blog post, which you can find in the description for this video. Also, I've linked a lot of different Spotify playlists and Pandora playlists in that blog post as well at Life by Experimentation. But Focus at Will is, as I said, essentially a streaming service that is available on mobile devices and on your desktop in order to help you focus more. Now, when we look through the homepage here for Focus at Will, you can see that there's some features like tracking your focus based upon polls at the end of each session that you use the software, which kind of make it unique, more than just a very simple streaming application. There's also a lot of neuroscience and other kind of research posted on the Focus at Will site supporting their ideas. In a nutshell, the idea behind focusing with music is that you want your brain to not have anything to grab onto. So it's not trying to process words or anything on the cognitive realm. It's not trying to make sense of things. The music needs to, in some ways, fade into the background so that you're not using your brain power to make sense of the music. But at the same time, the benefit of the music comes from a highly rhythmic, sort of melodic tune that keeps you, for lack of an eloquent way of saying it, just keeps you moving and keeps you feeling good and kind of bobbing your head, and that sort of sensation can actually improve your focus and your concentration and your studying. So let's take a look at how Focus at Will works. Let me tab over here, and really the heart of the application is this right here, which is a big piece of cover art and a channel selection up here in the upper right, and this is the heart of the application. I get to choose from about a dozen different types of focus music, from classical to chill to acoustic and water, and even choose the energy level. So it can be low, medium, or high energy level within any of those genres. All of that's really cool. Gives me some opportunity to switch around, so I'm not just listening to one type of focus music. One of the more difficult parts or challenges with using Spotify or Pandora is simply having enough good content, which again is why I put together that blog resource. But if you're looking for something that kind of does it all for you and will let you think more about what you want to, how you want to feel, the primary difference between Focus at Will and using Spotify or Pandora, for example, is that you think first about, what is the sensation you want, and it creates a playlist around that. On the other hand, Spotify or Pandora, you are kind of trapped into whatever playlist exists already, and you might find with some Spotify playlists, for example, that the tempo kind of goes all over the place. If you put it on shuffle, you might find yourself listening to a pretty fast-paced song followed by a pretty slow song. So that's one place that Focus at Will really does exceed beyond just a normal streaming service. Some of the other cool little things they've got here are a timer here at the top that essentially lets you, do a specific timed section of work, which is good because of reasons unrelated to music, really, which is that for the same reasons I outline in the blog post about practicing, it's a very good idea to not practice for too long or study for too long in one session. So Focus at Will actually helps you time your sessions in order to get the most out of them. So again, a nice little additional feature there. As far as the other stuff goes, what else it can actually accomplish, all of these different musical types are pleasant and enjoyable, though I'm not convinced that there's a value to this much variation necessarily, and also there's something a little bit lost on the fact that the music on Focus at Will is not popular music. Sometimes, for me, I might want to listen to Daft Punk or certain pieces of music in the electronic realm or the classical realm because I know them and they feel familiar. I kind of lose that element of familiarity with Focus at Will because they are such diverse and somewhat random songs. Another thing that's kind of lost by using a piece of software like this is that there is no hotkey integration, or at least that I have found yet. So typically I will use the play and pause buttons on my laptop while I'm working to be able to start and stop music effectively. And during the workday, it's pretty common that I get distracted or ask questions or have to pause music for a couple minutes at a time when I'm talking to somebody. So unfortunately, in some ways, Focus at Will, by providing these time chunks, forces you into using those time chunks, which is great, but if you're in a distraction-prone workplace where you do need to allow yourself to easily pause and start music, it might not be the perfect fit for you. That said, it is a great service. It does seem to really provide a wonderful variety of music, and I've enjoyed listening to it. It's hard to say if it's going to be worth it for you. It's an additional bill to pay each month, and it's up to you if that's if that really warrants it. Personally, I think I'll be sticking with just my highly curated Pandora and Spotify lists. So that's it for this quick review of Focus at Will. Give it a shot. Like I said, there's a 30-day free trial if you're looking for some new way to help you keep focused. And let me know what you think. Either leave a comment here on the YouTube video or head over to the blog and shoot me an email or leave a comment there. It's lifebyexperimentation.com.